Well, the court found that the manner in which the applicants conducted the litigation was egregious and ordered punitive costs. Minister Mcpherson joins us for more now. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon and thank you for having me.
Let's remind our viewers of the work of the IDT firstly, an agency under your ministry.
Yes, the Independent Development Trust is an important agency in that it acts on behalf of provincial governments and other departments to implement social infrastructure projects. So things like building clinics, hospitals, schools, and so on. So they're really focused on the social infrastructure mandate of public works, which is really important because that's where the large majority of South Africans interface with infrastructure and seek their delivery needs through that. So it's really important that we have an entity that performs optimally,
yes,
that is free from allegations, and completes projects on time and on budget.
Why were the applicants unhappy with those appointments?
Well, it was difficult to ascertain. They, on the one hand, complained that they weren't allowed to participate in a public process to appoint these interim members. And then, on the other hand, when they were given the opportunity to participate in the 4-year term, which will begin on the 5th of July, they chose not to.
Yes.
The court also found that it was very difficult to ascertain who these organizations were and who they acted on and for, that they were not clear in whether even they had the mandate to act on behalf of those organizations and take the department to court. And in fact, the court found that I adhered to the very letter and spirit of the trust deed in appointing these 5 individuals. But I think, let's be frank, yes, that it comes hot on the heels of a massive disinformation campaign against me for the work that we are doing to clean up the entity.
Yes.
It follows on from fake voice notes, fake WhatsApps that have been even reposted by some political party leaders. So there's a lot of vested interests in the IDT,
Sure.
But we remain committed to ensure that it is cleaned up, that people are held accountable, and that we deliver for the public on time and on budget.
Well, what's the way forward for the work of the IDT, and how can we take the South African public along as the agency executes its work?
Well, under the new chairwomanship of Ms. Zimbini Hill, who was elected unanimously by the board to lead them up until the 4th of July, they are working on getting the entity back on track, to making sure that stalled projects are reignited, to make sure that there's accountability mechanisms for executives within the entity, and making sure that it is an entity that all South Africans can be proud of and that they see value for money. We've got a backlog of schools, we've got backlogs, yes, of clinics and hospitals that must be built. Yes. And the IDT, if it is positioned correctly, can play an instrumental role in making sure that that social infrastructure is delivered.
Minister Mcpherson, apologies, I'm going to have to cut into that interview. We have a breaking news story. We'll get back to you in a short while.
Thank you.